The 5th Helluva short dropped today, and my opinions on it are divided. Which pains me to say, as the concept is really interesting. A big part of Loona's personality stems from her upbringing in a hellhound shelter. The hostile environment and the isolation in it are the cause of most of her character traits, so seeing the new short take place in an orphan charity had me very excited. The emotional connection to her past made this location, and therefore the target, very intriguing. While Loona starts out as her usual untrusting self, Frank McTickly Wigglers, Jesus fucking Christ, the target, manages to convince her that he is in fact just a good person who doesn't deserve what will happen to him. While we already got to see the same thing happening in Sinsmith, which is literally the last episode that was released. Let's just say it was so nice they did it twice, because this is a good way of developing the story. But we already arrive at one of the shot's two main problems. What the hell is this pacing? What we learned up to this point is that the target is an incredibly good person. What is the entire rest of the short until the last 30 seconds about? Showing us that he's a good person. We are not only repeating the one thing we already established, we spent the majority of the shots one time doing it, and I can't explain why. We didn't need to see him say his goodbyes 8 separate times. If it was just a bit of dumb fun to make us laugh, that would be an entirely valid decision. But we barely even get any jokes. This short is as repetitive as Octavia's plotlines. While only being 5 minutes long, when the story finally continued though, I did enjoy it. It's always nice to see Loona's more gentle side when she lets down her walls, and her revealing her true form was very sweet. Followed up by a joke that I didn't think I would like. It was clear there are only two options. He accepts her, or she gets scared. Neither would be surprising, so I didn't really care what this dude I've known for like 2 seconds would say, but they made the scene so over the top that it actually got an audible laugh out of me. The needlessly excessive gore happened so suddenly that it was a genuinely well-made piece of bloody shock humor that rivals Happy Tree Friends. And that's kind of it. The target is too friendly to kill, but then gets scared and shot. Totally fine story, not enough to fill 5 minutes, which brings us to the second problem. This shot is so bare-boned, it could fat-shame skeletons. Remember the targets and Loona's shared connection to orphans?
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Me too, but the short? It's in the title. Loona being an orphan does come up, yet it's not really used in any way at all. Loona starts trusting the target after around 30 seconds, even though she is heavily traumatized from being raised in an orphanage and how nobody who worked there took care of her. This man should be the last person in the world she would easily trust. Is it okay for the story to just gloss over this as it's just a short after all? I don't like it. But depending on who you'd ask, you probably get a different answer. Yet I don't think anyone I could possibly ask would be able to explain why. If you don't want Loona's past at the orphanage to be relevant, is this taking place at a charity for orphans and puppies? This decision is just baffling to me. I have no idea as to why the connection to orphans is both so important for the episode, yet entirely ignores what makes it interesting. And hey, see the wet guy on screen? Why doesn't he get lines? Out of the main cast, we only get to see 2 characters, Loona and Blitz, and for the majority of the short, they just don't really talk with each other? That's a weird decision. If you told me to name 1,000 adjectives that describe Blitz, quiet would not be one of them. What we are left with is a story that can be summed up in a single sentence, yet refuses to meaningfully include the 2 obvious story elements which would add to it. I sound quite negative right now, but I don't hate what we got. I didn't even dislike watching it, but I was a bit disappointed at how empty it ended up feeling, especially as its potential was staring us in the face. And now I will stare at your face until you like and subscribe.